So let's get right to it. Let me show you how easy it is to program this amp and get the sounds you want on the fly. So here we go. So let's begin with me dialing in a clean sound. I have the rotary switch set to clean, and I'm going to be using this part, of course, of the EQ to get my sound. And I have channel A on the foot switch as my clean designation. And of course, I'm in bank 4, which I picked. So let's begin with the basic master sound. Move the presence, make it snappy, cut the treble here. So I really dig that sound, so I'm going to hit the store button. And now that tells me I've stored that on channel A, and that's my clean sound. Now let's move over to B. Set this on B. I'm going to move this to crunch. That's my setting right now. And I'm going to dial in a crunch tone now. Set the volume I want. I dig that crunch sound. I'm going to store that. And now I have it on channel B. Let's move over to the lead sound. Now there's a lead sound already in there, but I'm going to change that. Now keep in mind I can do any number of this on top here. I can make this the lead channel, and that doesn't matter. I'm just trying to keep it in order to make things easier for me. So now I'm using C as my lead channel. Now let's get a main volume. Also, keep in mind that on the gain channel, there's a musical boost. So you can see when you push the gain all the way, you'll hit the red light, and it offers just the right amount of juice for that channel if you need more gain, additional gain. So I'm going to pull that back a bit, but I like where the gain is. So now I'm going to store that on channel C. And now I'm going to move over to D and get the ultra channel going. Find a good... And I dig that sound where I've set that. I'm going to store that on channel D. So now I got all 4 sounds programmed. My ultra, my lead, my crunch, and my clean. Now that's just the basic sound. Now if I want to add effects to those sounds, it's just as easy. So staying on channel A, say I want to add a little bit of chorus. I'll start to move the mod effects knob. And you get to hear the range of the chorusing until it moves over to flanger. And it gets deeper, and then of course it goes over to the tremolo. And you get the throb of the tremolo as well. So let's pick chorus. And I like that. And I want to add, say, some reverb. So I'm going to move the reverb knob until I hear the splash. Now, this is where the original value was on the channel. When that blue light comes on, it tells you this is where it was last set. And I can alter that anyway. So that's just very helpful to know where you were at when you're coming back to change things on a channel. But let's hear how deep the reverb gets. So you get a very deep reverb, but I'm going to give it a little splash. And now I'm going to save that on channel A. And there you go. That is now my new clean, chorusy sound. Really easy. And now I'm going to move over to the crunch channel, which I programmed before. I have it dry. I'm going to put some reverb on that. And that's it. I like that. I'm going to save that. Very cool. And now I'm going to move over to my lead channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some delay on that. Let's have some fun. Pull the volume back on that. Pull the feedback a bit. Make it a tighter delay. I dig that. I'm going to store that on my lead channel. And now I have delay on my lead channel. Now let's have some fun on the ultra channel. I'm going to put delay and reverb and make it crazy. Let's see if I get a deep. Like that. And you can hear how the range of delay I've got going here. So I'm going to store that on that channel. And there you go. So now I have all 4 channels programmed. So as you just heard, incredible sounds, incredible programming capability on this amp. Boy, if I had this amp when I was a teenager, I don't know what would have happened. Maybe I'd be famous by now. Anyway, it's a very cool amp, and you can see how deep the programming is. And you don't have to follow anything that I've done here. You can create all your own effects and guitar sounds for just about any gig. So a really, really great amp. And keep in mind, when you're programming, the fact that this is a tube head, you're going to want to program your sounds at the volume you're going to play at with your band, because as you know, a tube amp reacts to how well you juice the power tube. So try and program at the volume you're going to play at, because sometimes if you program at a low volume, it doesn't always sound the same as you turn it up. You may want to alter that. So some good advice for you if you decide to go with this amp. But great sounding amp. It's funny that Hughes Kettner calls this amp the Switchblade, because this amp is a Swiss Army knife of amps. It is an all-in-one package that allows you all tube operation with digital processing, all that can be stored in 128 presets, allowing you to get through any gig with any sound at any time. It is certainly worth checking out.